Hi everyone, it's Nina. Thanks for joining me for a new tutorial. I'm going to be sharing a fall DIY decor project using just a few simple products, and you're going to be able to make a whole variety of paper pumpkins. And these are perfect for decorating for the fall and Thanksgiving season. These paper pumpkins are so easy that even your kids and grandkids can help you make these adorable little gourds. I'm going to start by taking a whole variety of die cuts, and I've used both the Simon Says Stamp nested circle and nested oval dies to create my shapes. You can use whatever size you want. As you can see, I've chosen a variety of different sized circles and ovals to make a few pumpkins already. I like mixing up the circles and the ovals for the different shapes of the pumpkins. I've already pre-die cut my shapes from some colored cardstocks. Feel free to get creative with either the cardstocks or the papers that you're using to make your pumpkins. You could even use pattern paper for this. I plan on having 8 shapes for each of my pumpkins. This gives me a nice full pumpkin. I really like the size of it and the fullness that it has, but you could definitely adjust this with more or less circles or ovals depending on what you want for your pumpkins. Right now you're seeing me take my scoring tool and board and scoring a simple line down the center of each of my shapes. When you're looking at your shape, just find the center point and then use that for every single shape that you score. This just helps making the folding of each of these shapes easier. You want each of the ovals or the circles that you cut to be folded in half, so that way we can start gluing them together. I'm going to start by taking some adhesive and just adding a little bit of tape runner on one side of the score line. Then I will sandwich that adhesive onto another folded shape so that both sides are attached together. You want to go ahead and arrange every single one of these folded shapes, in this case the circles, and you want to continually working around in a circle, attach each one to the next. We're going to repeat this all the way around until we have one die cut shape left. That die cut shape we will actually put adhesive on both sides because this is what we're using to close up the circle. And these are super simple and easy to put together. You could make a whole bunch of these in no time at all, and they make for adorable decor pieces. Once you have all the shapes attached, you're going to want to go ahead and run your fingers around each one to just make sure they're fully adhered down, and you're going to want to fluff it a little bit just to make sure that it has a nice round shape. Now for the circle, they have a tendency to roll around. I found that to make sure that they stand straight up, you're going to want to go ahead and just cut a little bit off the bottom, just to give it a slight flat edge so that way it'll stand up nice and straight on your table. We're ready to go ahead and start decorating these so that they look more like pumpkins. We need to create both leaves and stems, and I thought this would be fun to make out of flock. Thermoweb flock is a beautiful textured surface that feels very velvet-like, and I thought that'd be great for this. It adds a nice warm and cozy feel to these pumpkins. What you're seeing me do right now is take a length of cardstock. This is just some thin cardstock, and I'm adding double-sided tape to both sides. You're going to want to use a thinner cardstock for this so that way as we add the flock and then die cut from this, it will run through your die cut machine. I have a piece of flock here, and I'm taking adhesive off of one side of my paper. I'm laying that adhesive straight down into the flock. We're going to press that down and trim it up so that way we can work on adding some more flock to the other side. This time we'll remove the adhesive backing off of the other side of the cardstock and sandwich another piece of flock on top of that. Basically, we're creating flock on each side of the cardstock, so that way when we die cut our leaves, both sides of the leaves will be green. Now I find that the best way to adhere the flock is to run it through your die cut machine with no dies, just so that make sure the flock gets pushed down into the adhesive completely. So you're seeing me remove the backing off of the flock, and you can see it's totally attached down onto what was once that double-sided adhesive. The new Simon Says Stamp Autumn Leaves stamp set also has coordinating dies, and the cool part is that the leaves are detailed enough that they can actually be used on their own. I've die cut a bunch of leaves from both this light green color of flock, and I also repeated the process and made another sheet of flock using a slightly darker shade of green. And I have all the products that I'm using listed in the video description below. I again did that same flock technique, but this time used brown flock, and this is what I'm going to cut all my stems from. stems on pumpkins can be in a whole variety of funny shapes. So I think whatever loose cut you want to make for the stems would definitely work, and they still all look like pumpkins. I'm gluing each of the stems and the leaves onto the tops of all my pumpkins. I find nestling them inside the space that is created between the circles or the ovals is a great place to tuck them. I'm using some Simon Says Stamp Craft Tacky Glue, but any liquid glue you have in your stash would work for this. The assembly process for adding the leaves and the stems is super easy. Just nestle them into the space there at the top, and instantly you have an adorable little gourd that is perfect for fall time. And again, this project is so easy, you could definitely have kids help make them. Here are a variety of the pumpkins that I created using some Simon Says Stamp cardstocks, the ThermoWeb flock, and of course some circle and oval dies. Super simple and yet adorable, and I think these would be a great way to be able to decorate for the fall season. I hope you were inspired by today's home decor project. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel for additional inspiration and crafty ideas. I'll be back soon with another video tutorial for you, but until next time, I hope you have a very wonderful day. Bye!